I always tell people that moving to Saipan has been one of the top three life decisions I've ever made. Number one was joining a network marketing company. Number two was quitting my job. And had I not joined a network marketing company, I would not have found the courage and the impetus to actually quit my civil engineering job at the time. And had I not quit my job, then I wouldn't have been able to make decision number three, which is moving to Saipan, because I wouldn't have had the freedom and the flexibility to do that. So those three connected decisions rank as the top three decisions I ever made in my life. Joining a network marketing company, changing my entire perspective on generating income, and then quitting my civil engineering job, and then moving to Saipan. So what do I like about living here? Okay, number one, the weather. If you stick around till the end, I will share with you at least one negative. It's all going to be positive, of course, but I'll share with you at least one negative so you'll get somewhat of a balanced viewpoint. Number one, the weather. Saipan is pretty much on the same latitude as Jamaica. So tropical weather. In fact, Saipan is in the Guinness Book of World Records as having the world's most equable temperature, 79 to 89 all year round. So I like, summertime all the time. Some people like the change of seasons. I personally can do without it, having grown up in Jamaica. Number two, people are friendly. The local population, as well as the expats and the contract workers, people are generally friendly, very welcoming. Local population, very welcoming. I've enjoyed that since even before I came to the island. Number three, I like the fact that it's part of the US. When I was doing my research originally to move here, I discovered that Saipan is on the US postal system. And because I was and still am selling books, and at that time I was doing more mail order sales of my books, then the fact that I didn't have to set up a whole new operation, I could continue to use the US Postal Service. That was a plus as well. Saipan is on the US dollar, so that's also positive as well. And the fact is, I'm a US permanent resident, a green card holder, so I need to I need to permanently reside in the US in order to maintain that status. So as of November 2012, I believe it was, 2009, Saipan is considered part of the United States for immigration purposes. So that fulfills that requirement. Number four, Saipan's proximity to Asia. If you check out my Jamaican in China YouTube channel and my blog, you'll see that I traveled to China, to Singapore, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and the fact that Saipan is right here in this region, Asia Pacific region, I can stay here as my home base and then easily travel to those other destinations that I'm fond of. So that was a big plus as well. The pace of life. Number five, the pace of life. I like the fact that things are slower pace here. It's like a small town in the middle of the Pacific. People know who you are. People recognize you, when you go into the stores. Slow pace of life. And that's something that's vastly different from where I spent most of my life, which was New York City. So that's something I like. Number six, the pace of progress. Along with that slower pace of life comes a certain worldview, a certain attitude towards progress that I actually find kind of refreshing. Because of the worldview, because of the island mentality, there's a certain resistance, if you will, to certain things that people would normally refer to as progress. So Saipan is spared some of those negatives that come along with industrialization, which come along with, the expanding cities and populations and the stresses that come along with that. So the fact that Saipan, that the pace of progress is slow, the island is pretty much exactly the way it was when I came here back in 2006. So I like that. And natural life. I am vegan, vegetarian, raw foodist, a natural life seeker. So I can live close to the land here. I can eat locally. I can eat the same, basically the same food that I grew up with in Jamaica: mangoes and guavas and sugarcane and papayas and coconuts. So the fact that I can live a natural life, I don't have to rely on going to the supermarket. In fact, there are very few things I do buy in the supermarket, just some of the packaged foods that I'm used to, Lara bars or Cliff bars or Terra chips. But other than that, I buy locally, I buy from farmers market, and I like that sort of lifestyle. And I'm sure if I thought about it, I could think of a whole lot more reasons, but that's all I'll say for now. But as promised, one of the things that has been a challenge, not a major challenge and not a deal breaker, but just something I'm aware of, is the fact that I learned to drive, and my driving skills were honed and forged in the streets, in the mean streets of New York City. So my attitude towards driving and getting one place to the other was formed in New York City. I would often drive on 6th Avenue just to relax, drive with, weaving in and out of traffic with the taxi drivers. So the pace of driving here is a little bit slower, but it's very sane and very cordial and very mannerly. When we see a pedestrian, everyone stops, put on their hazard lights and allow the pedestrian to cross. You can get to an intersection and you spend a few moments there, you telling one driver, no, you go ahead, and he is telling you, no, you go ahead. So, it's a very sane environment for driving, but can be a bit of an adjustment if you're used to driving in the streets of New York. But that's it for now. I'm sure I'll be doing another video soon, sharing some other things that I like about Saipan. You can also check out welovesaipan.com. That's a website I started years ago that has testimonials from a couple dozen people who lived on Saipan. Some have since left, but you can see their reasons for why we all love Saipan. So with that, leave any questions, comments, or suggestions below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.